Alors on peut... Bonjour, bon après-midi. Merci d'être ici avec nous cet après-midi. Je me présente, je suis Luca Ripamonti et je gère chez FLUiiD4 France et Suisse.
Moi je suis Sara Grivet et Business Development Manager à de FLUiiD4 Platform.
Et donc, qui est CLX? CLX fait partie du groupe Atelier, c'est un groupe indien qui est tout dans la bourse de Mumbai, qui compte environ 7500 salariés dans le monde et qui est actif dans la partie données. Donc, le groupe Atelier est surtout concentré pour ce qui concerne la partie SEO, CRM, tout ce qui est donné. Donc, on travaille beaucoup avec les banques, les assurances, surtout aux États-Unis. Pour ce qui concerne l'Europe, on travaille avec les retailers. Et en venant aux clients qui sont plutôt liés à CLX, on travaille beaucoup avec la mode, le luxe. Donc CLX, c'est partie du groupe Atelier, ça compte environ 750 personnes dans le monde. Depuis 2015, on a été racheté par Atelier et à partir de 1970, on est ce qu'on appelle aujourd'hui un content factory. Donc au début on était une photogravure, maintenant on est une content factory, donc en utilisant des mots anglais un peu plus modernes. Et comme vous pouvez voir, notre ADN c'est surtout lié à la mode et au luxe en Italie et depuis 2017 aussi à Paris en France. On travaille notamment avec les maisons du groupe LVMH et du groupe Kering, soit à Paris, soit en Italie, et on a d'autres clients un peu plus indépendants, disons, surtout dans le domaine du luxe. Mais pas que le luxe, surtout en Angleterre et en Allemagne, on travaille aussi avec des retailers. Donc, comme vous pouvez voir en bas, on a beaucoup de retailers, surtout anglais, on a quelques retailers aussi italiens, mais vraiment notre ADN pour les retailers c'est en Angleterre. Et on travaille aussi avec des clients dans l'industrie, des automotives plutôt que white goods. Et grâce à ces clients et au volume des assets qu'on gère dans l'année, on a, à partir de l'année 2000, on a ouvert notre propre outil de asset management, qui c'est bien notamment FLUiiD4, et dont nous sommes les plus grands clients, parce que si vous pouvez penser, on a 700 clients, 700 personnes qui tous les jours travaillent sur les centaines de milliers d'assets qu'on gère avec les clients. Donc c'est nous qui nous avons demandé à FLUiiD4 d'avoir les plus grandes performances possibles pour arriver à produire dans le temps avec la qualité et attendue par les clients. Donc c'est pour ça qu'on a commencé à proposer l'outil en tant qu'un service software as a service. Donc c'est quelque chose qui n'est pas forcément lié à la production, mais peut être aussi proposé aux clients comme standalone, comme service seul. Et bon, là encore un peu un overview des clients. Donc la partie gauche, vous pouvez voir qu'on a pas mal de clients aussi à Paris, notamment Dior qui va être ici demain dans la conférence pour témoigner un peu du travail qu'on a fait ensemble. Mais pas seulement Dior, on a Louis Vuitton, Sephora, Saint Laurent, Céline, Balenciaga, donc NC. Et donc on a vraiment une très grande liaison avec le groupe VMH, donc on est là, disons, on peut définir un peu la Content Factory officielle. On gère, l'année passée, on a géré environ 250 000 images pour eux. Et après, comme je vous ai dit, les retailers sont encore assez importants en Angleterre et en Italie et en Europe. On a d'autres clients dans l'industrie. Et maintenant, Sara va vous expliquer un peu comment est-ce qu'on propose les services et comment est-ce qu'on gère les centaines de milliers d'assets par année avec nos clients. Merci Sara.
Merci Luca. So let's switch in English. Okay, so FLUiiD4 is a DAM, and it is very focused on workflow management. That means that it is very focused on the creation phase for assets. It is a cloud-based solution offered on a SaaS model, and its mission effectively is to manage the end-to-end asset production workflow and management process for brands, for a company that manage and have to deliver brand content, services, and brand message, but also for retailers. The idea obviously is to insert the platform and the functionality of the platform in an ecosystem of tools, of department and people that works on the platform. So this is the idea. The idea is to manage the content across multiple brands. And in this, as Luca said, I just want to tell you that yes, FLUiiD4 was developed internally by CLX around in 2000s to support our complexity. CLX as a content factory needs to manage multi-process, multi-brand, multi-project, and multi-channel in delivery.
Multi-site.
Multi-site.
We are in Italy, in Verona, in Milan, in Paris, in London, in Hamburg, in Phuket, in Bangkok, in Mumbai, in New York.
Yes.
So all our production sites need to be as performer as we expect and as our client expect.
Exactly. So multi-country, multi-department, many people involved in work in the content creation process. And after all this experience, we decided in 2013 to start commercialize the platform on the market. So this is already available on the market as a standard product. And this is the typical content governance. This is at least our blueprint, because in here you can see the detail of the ecosystem. So while this is a technical session, a workflow, a workshop session, we decided to show you that obviously the FLUiiD4 functionalities that are managed here should be the exact response to the pain points for our clients via the integration of other tools such as ERP, PIM, suppliers, content, or media plan, and all the information in inbound, and of course to be integrated in outbound with all the touch points, B2C and B2B in the market. Imagine that you need to manage the creation of the content of your brand, or if you are a retailer, of the brands of others that you are going to commercialize for B2B purpose. So for your dealer, for your showroom, and for your point of sales, or you need to create all the assets. About assets, of course, we are talking about images, video, PDF, documents, 3D CGI content, okay, all type of audio files, all type of files can be managed, and you need to create them, and you need to process in an approval process, because you have product manager, marketing manager, all the stakeholders involved in the process needs to be part of this activity. So at the end of the content creation workflow, for sure content should be delivered to the final touch point. And we should have different ways to do this via SFTP, via API, or also using our CDN. The FLUiiD4 CDN is powered by Akamai. We have a strong partnership with them. And so we can reach the final, I don't know, website, for example, delivering and distributing assets, or we can reach other tools. Sometimes this is very important because it is a characteristic of FLUiiD4. Sometimes FLUiiD4 deliver contents to other DAM. Imagine a corporate DAM, okay, a big and already existing DAM in the company. So we said that the two main workflow in the platform managed are the SKU digital asset production workflow. So when I have an SKU, I have an article, okay, I have to create the shoot for the product page on my website or my B2B site, so I can use this solution. Otherwise, if I have to do some campaign and communication, internal communication, external communication, above the line, below the line, no matter what, I need to create the creativity assets, so all the masters and visuals, to approve them. First of all, to receive a clear brief for my agency, and at the end, do the localization and adaptation for all the touch points. All these processes need, at the end, an approval by the stakeholders. So this is very, very important. So we decided for today's workshop to focus on these four main steps. And we prepared that are the briefing phase, collaboration and approval, with our preview and asset approval tool, automated delivery, and monitoring. We identified these four phases and functionalities to better explain the value of FLUiiD4 in a content creation process. We prepared for you some videos that going to navigate the interface. So let's start with the brief. The brief, as it given here, is foundation of any successful content production. This is the FLUiiD4 interface. And first of all, you can see that on the left you always have a dashboard with status and all these, and then search fields for metadata, all type of fields, and then you have your results. Here we have a table list because we are removing, in this case, products with all the product information, category, family, and data, delivery date, dates. And so, but in any solution, this is the user interface in which you can use and the different departments can cooperate. So, beginning with the brief, which forms the foundation of any successful content production process. FLUiiD4 Briefs feature is specifically designed to ensure alignment across teams right from the start. When initiating the new campaign or product shoot, we know that gathering the right information from all stakeholders is essential. One of the most powerful aspects of this is the automatic business rules. Based on product categories or other specified metadata, FLUiiD4 automatically creates placeholder for the expected shots and sequences. For example, if you're working with a fashion product, the system could automatically generate placeholder for front, back, still life shot, followed by model images, and so on. With product content, these automatic placeholders are incredibly useful for maintaining brand consistency, also across thousands or even millions of SKUs, talking about catalogs for sure. For campaign work, the brief feature allows teams to organize creative references, mood boards, style guide, messaging goals on the place. So these are completely configurable based on the needs that you have given a message, giving your brief to agencies or internal department. And then automation in request for adaptation at the end of the process can create all the tickets for the adaptation that you need to have. And for sure, using naming convention in uploading the file and tag all the file with all the metadata and in delivery, you can manage the right process with the right content. Do you maybe have any question about brief? Also in French, you can translate.
So, if I understand well, you create the structure of what exactly you want to be complete by different things that will work in this product or campaign.
Yes, yes. For example, yes.
And from that, you have some tickets that will be sent to the person so they can connect on the platform and just add exactly the part of stuff.
Cool. Exactly. And this is for example, for communication content. You know, every time, in fact, you give a brief to an agency or an internal department that needs to do a work. And the brief is made by indication in words, expectation, due date, delivery date, and all other information. We can create your brief based on your template, tailor-made, so that means that you can have your specific direct in the platform. Everything is configurable, so you can have what you need. We can map it on the platform, and then you can upload automatically your media plan made by formats and channels, and the platform automatically creates exactly the ticket, and then give an alert to the good person that needs to work on that. And then when the artwork is done, you can, if you are the stakeholder, for example, you can see the artwork in the platform and approve or do amends. Comments.
So it's not just a workflow, it's also the project management tool.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is coordinated. Okay.
Yes. With metadata, you can classify your the content that you are producing for articles, for products articles, or for a campaign and communication. You can classify with a specific metadata, also with the name of the project. So you are able to filter and search also for project, and then go inside the project and check all the information, and we'll see later about the progress and the monitoring, in order to, to have a very good governance of the activities. Okay, let's jump on the other point, that is collaboration and approval. This is one of the main features in the platform, because as Luca said, we create assets. Okay, we take a shoot and then we do the post-production, or we model an article via CGI. And then we have to ask to our clients, for example, the order tomorrow will be there, if the assets is okay, the post-production is well done, the communication is right, the asset adaptation for a campaign that is going to reach ATL or BTL areas is well done. So imagine that if you are a company, even without CMX production, but with the production of assets that you do internally or that you do with other agencies, no matter is the organization, you can manage all the activity by using a centralized way to do teamwork, at least. Imagine that, as we said, department, agency, country needs to be part of the process for the content creation. As we said, here we are in the asset approval area for different, you can see different content. There's a video here, and then there was a PDF catalog technical sheet there. This is the workflow and the way in which we very easily can add status, talking your language, talking your typical way of organize the approval steps. And we can introduce automation in the workflow, and we can introduce also the way in which you need to be alerted by the platform. And we can send, the platform can send automatic alerts, or you can see also alerts in the platform there. So everyone is involved to cooperate and collaborate, also via the input that the platform gives. Here is the main area, as we said, the approval view. So you can open all type of content in talking about 3D, real time, talking about videos and images, and go through all the details via Zoom or via navigating the content, and put your amends in the right exact point in which you need to ask for an update, ask for a rework, okay? Because as you can see, this is the very deep dive in the asset production and content creation phases. For sure you have a first content, but if you need a lot different rework in the platform, you will find asset versioning. The same bag, for blue bag for example, with the different versioning, so the stakeholder can do all the check to understand if the notes that I asked are exactly done by the team that has in charge the activity. And all the information, and then I can also compare and not exactly okay, I can go back here. See exactly in the, in the point of the product, because imagine for a very huge catalog of millions of products, or consider the luxury fashion industry with the high volume. Every single small part of the article should be done in the best way. I'm talking about post-production, video production, 3D modeling. So all the people involved needs to be very in a collaboration, integrated very well. Just to reach this objective. And okay, of course, that's because imagine a product page on a website or on an e-commerce site. All content should be. This is the product page, for example, of this bag. All asset images of the bag needs to have the same background. The bag should be on the same line. You should not have to give a bad experience to your consumer, aligning in a bad way your bag. For example, or zooming in, a bag is small or a bag. So using the approval view and using the combined view with the different view, different angles, you can give the people involved in the process, so the operator, the stakeholder, the product manager, or the photographer, or the content manager, the right way to do this process. All the activity are logged in the platform. So here you have the history for all the version of the asset of these bags. For example, you have all the history of the activity that has been done. So you can also track information. You don't need to send assets for an approval via email, or notice via email, or via WhatsApp, or via WeTransfer, and so on. But you can go in one place, the platform, and collaborate together until the final approval. This way of working, okay, quite almost finished. This way of working can incredibly increase performance or save time to market. the delivery. At the end of the approval phase, okay, we can think about one of the most transformative part of the platform. The platform is able, as we said, to deliver physically the asset to another tool, to download it, to search, share, download, or delivery via CDN, published via CDN file. Doing what? Doing an on-the-fly transformation, main different on-the-fly transformation, okay, as you can see here in the video. Because this is from a sustainability point of view, this is very important because in the platform you have the asset version for the approval phases, but at the end you have your final assets approved, that is the master, and via on-the-fly transformation you can be sustainable because the asset is not going to be stored in the platform but is created on the fly, on delivery, and delivered to the final touch point. So this is very important. One of these actions that is going to be automatically played by the platform is related AI, artificial intelligence enhancement. It can cooperate also with CLX and with your content creation while adapting in some parts the assets. At the same time, if you have a lot of content, as you were seeing before, you can massively create a collection or select all the content and decide to apply manually an action, or you can decide that you have a specific business rules for the delivery, apply the business rules, and the platform will deliver the asset in the right way. Of course, multi-channel, so one platform to give assets and content to different channel and markets. The last point, so during all these phases that we have seen, we can add in FLUiiD4, sorry. Okay. We can have in FLUiiD4 the possibility to see a real-time dashboard. That means that colors, status, search of my project can be very clearly used as a dashboard. These help departments and groups to monitor the completeness of content and to understand if you have a bottleneck. So if you have some problem in your process, you can monitor it and you can try to change it and continuously improve your workflow and your process. Calculated metadata can be also used to do that. And progress bar, as you can see in the video, help stakeholders visually to understand at what time you're going to finish your content, if you're going to finish them in right time. The platform can also manage rights management on content or embargo period, embargo dates, if you need not to share all the information with the people that can access the platform, because there are different departments or agencies. Of course, user permissions and roles can enable to organize the governance of the accessibility to the content and also the feature. And you can also have the information, for example, based on the production. Here we can see a table of the different services, photographers in this case, that cooperate in this shooting, service photographer report, and you have all the time that they have spent to do their work from the brief to the shooting phase, so that you can understand the bottlenecks that we talked before. We have finished. If you have any question.
Are there any integration with other software, so you can do some editing. Can you work the images through other softwares, or do you have to do that and integrate it afterwards? How does it work?
We have the possibility to do this because the platform is based especially to manage the phases of the process. It is not concentrated on the editing, but we can do this in case of needs. Yes.
Merci, merci Sara.
Merci.